Back, I'm playing Mordheim City of the Damned, and we'll get started on our next campaign here. I think I'll end up playing as the Cult of the Possessed here, try to keep, because I think they get access to Poison Globadiers as well. Now, I remember this being like my least favorite faction because of the mutations, and I don't quite remember how it works. I think you get it at certain levels, but depending on how you're building out your characters, it can totally mess you up. But we'll see how it ends up working out here. Maybe it's not as bad as I remembered, but I remembered having a lot of frustration with them. So, Cult of the Possessed. Mordheim has become a lawless, blighted place, far from the authority of temples and noble lords. The malignant clutch of chaos hangs heavy over the ruins, changing those too desperate or too stubborn to leave, drawing to it creatures already twisted by mutation and corruption. Groups of these degenerates and mutants gather together into the cults of the possessed, seeking to gain the favor of the Shadow Lord by returning the Wordstone to the pit and slaughtering all those they find trespassing upon their master's domain. The city of the damned, the inhuman and subhuman, the subhuman, and the non-human all gathered into the dark embrace of madness. And we'll do the level 0 to get the full experience.
I can feel your ambition and your desire. I can see it rising from your tainted flesh, boiling up from your blackened soul. You are not content to merely be. You must know why. That is good. That is as it should be. Many are consumed by the power of chaos. It is only the select few who aspire to understand. You may call me Murga. I came to this place on behalf of the Purple Hand to discover the change that had been visited upon Mordheim. Do not listen to the Sigmarite fools. It was no judgment of their puny god that descended upon this city. It was the blessing of the dark gods we serve. They see only destruction, their minds yearning for what was and refusing to accept what is. We know better. We see not corruption, but liberation in the touch of our gods. What is chaos if not freedom? Freedom from the tyrannies of flesh and form, of spirit and soul. Escape from the lies we have been told to accept as reality. Since coming here, I have heard the whispers of the Shadow Lord. I have felt his glory surround me until my body was wrapped in his darkness. Behold the change worked upon me. Gaze upon the might of the dweller in the pit. Beside him, even the Purple Hand are but blind children. You have heard the Shadow Lord's call. You have cast aside the chains of morality and mercy, cut all the weakness of doubt from your mind. A greater calling beckons you, to serve the ruinous powers. Gather the Wordstone, return its darkness to the pit. By its malefic energies shall the Shadow Lord grow strong. Kill those who would dare to oppose you. Let them be offerings to Old Night. Glory and horror await you, the wonders and terrors of real truth, of chaos.
I don't know if she's a demon or somebody that's like possessed, what her story is here. Alright, so Mordheim City of the Damned is a game about making the most of a dire situation and is designed as a hardcore experience. The decisions you take while leading your warband are permanent, and your actions in combat may lead to irreversible injuries for your warriors. The campaign will end with the fourth time you fail to deliver Wardstone shipments. Request to your faction. Please plan carefully and gird yourself against the horrors of Mordheim. So what I typically recommend is, if you want to cheese this, especially if you haven't done a lot of the objectives to get a lot of money like I do at the start of the campaign, is what you want to do is come to the warband management. It just tells you about the henchmen and things here. You'll always have your leader, but you have to hire some guys on. So what you want to do is just hire a henchman. And it doesn't really matter which, because they will usually cost the same. So we'll just hire one of these. And then what happens is, once you hire your first henchman, it unlocks the veteran system. And then you can come in here if you've already completed a lot of objectives, and you can use these points because it can actually lower the costs of hiring your new units. And this gives you like permanent bonuses. So I'll get our abilities on. I like having the commander because it allows you to lower your costs. And then what I hadn't been doing, but I think I'm going to do going forward, now that I've done a couple campaigns and it's coming back to me, is I forgot how powerful the enchantment formulas are. So I think I want to get this, because there's a chance that we can get free formulas, and that will significantly improve the amount of weapons that we can get, or the enchantments we can put on our weapons and armor. I don't really care about any of these things. Reduces the price of buying items, so we'll do that with the evaluator, and then mastering it brings it up to 20%. Haggler does not give you good money up front, but in the late game, when you start getting better items, you can get significant amounts of money. I recommend that you do the merchant so you can get those sales chances, because they'll get you additional bonuses and really improve the amount. This is critical, the scholar, because the training is going to be the major cost of your resources throughout the game, and then renowned is the one that's going to reduce the cost of you hiring new troops, so we'll get that going. And then it always comes down to these. I think you could make an argument that maybe explorer would be better, but we'll end up maybe doing the treatment, because you're going to suffer a lot of injuries, and so that will definitely be a lot of gold that you'll be spending throughout the campaign. And I tend not to use the scouting very often. Now, typically I would be spending these resources and get the negotiator, but what I found in the last couple of campaigns is I've really not had any issues with warpstone requests, and then as you start sending more shipments to your faction, you'll increase the amount of days you get there. So I just found like this was like really unnecessary, because I'd usually want to send out the shipments even before they were due, because I needed the money. So I think instead we'll just go with the healer here. And then that will be all of our points here. And again, if anybody plays this online and you want to do some matches, please let me know, because I would love to be able to complete some of these tasks and be able to get additional points here, because that's really the only objectives I have to do, or play online missions here. But this game is no longer available online. Now, one thing I did notice is if you respec, it occasionally kind of messes up the game's, I don't know what to say, coding, I guess, and it'll sometimes give you a bonus point if you do that, but I kind of feel like that's cheating. But on my last playthrough, that ended up giving me like at least the low tier, what was it called, librarian ability, so that gets you an extra point if you're going to try to take advantage of that, so just be aware. So we will hire on the rest of our guys here, and typically going with the melee are better, and these I find are better melee guys, and then these guys I tend to turn into archers, but early on pretty much everybody is melee. And then our first hero is this guy here. So let's take a look at their backstories. So our leader is the Magister. Each fragment of the Cult of the Possessed is led by a Magister, vicious fanatics who have been granted magical knowledge by the dark gods they serve. They use these powers to maintain the loyalty of their followers, caring little if their devotion comes from awe or fear. The Magister cares only for earning the favor of the Shadow Lord and the dark rewards bestowed by such fervor. So pretty much he can have any kind of armors on there, but he is an arcane spellcaster, so you got to kind of decide how you want to do that. He could be a ranged unit if you want to do it, and he can use most weapons, and he can use a shield as well. But I struggled on my first campaign with this guy because they would get injured quite a bit, because I usually like to have my leaders be tanks, and he is not going to be able to be a good tank because he doesn't have, I think you need to have, is it 12 strength? Oops, I'm not in the right ability here. Yeah, 12 to get heavy armor proficiency, so that means he's going to be a dodger. But then the other thing is a sidestep. Yeah, it costs 15 agility for the sidestep mastery, so he can't even sidestep mastery either, because he doesn't have enough. Yeah, now I remembered why I had so much trouble with this guy. And then he also doesn't have enough weapon skill to be able to master Web of Steel. So it's like he can't really become a tank no matter what you do, so that's definitely a frustrating situation with how I like to play this game. So for our mutant here, bodies and minds perverted by the touch of chaos, mutants come in all shapes and sizes, destroyed as soon as they are discovered in a more civilized places. The lawless state of Mordheim provides refuge for these creatures. The cult of the possessed welcomes them into the warbands with open arms, seeing the ghastly afflictions as the reward of the dark gods. Yeah, so it is. So you get random mutations at ranks 1, 4, and 7. So then, depending on what kind of mutations you get, it can screw you up if all of a sudden you're trying to build somebody to be out like a tank here, because he can have the heavy armor and then he loses his ability to use a shield, or if you get shield mastery and then he loses his arm and can't do it anymore. So it definitely makes it hard to kind of build these guys out. And then for our henchmen here, we have a Brethren, the mortal followers of the dark gods. The Brethren eagerly seek out the rewards of damnation. They see possession and mutation as sacred blessings, rewards they hope to earn through acts of insane depravity. To descend into the inner mysteries of their obscene faith, there is no act too unspeakable for the brethren. Yeah, and so typically I like to make them ballistics guys, but you could turn them into the critters as well, so. And then we have Dark Souls. Rarely does a demon find a host so suitable as to become a possessed. More often, the demon has to abandon its host, leaving the mortal scarred in mind and spirit. These men become Dark Souls, maddened by their experience and endowed with the ferocious strength of the insane. Dressing in masks and armor that resembles demons, Dark Souls bring their crazed fury against all who defy the cult. And then these guys always fight to the death, prevents the use of flee, and they're immune to all alone, which is definitely very nice. Unfortunately, it looks like they're not immune to fear or terror, so that's definitely a downside there. And these guys don't have any perks. And then in terms of our starting abilities here, we've got Blood Sacrifice. After dealing damage, reduces the cost of the next spell by 1 offensive point. And it has to be melee damage. And then for our brethren, it's a mutant. After gaining or gathering Wardstone, critical hit chance increases by 5% for 2 turns. Unfortunately, it is not stackable. You have a Lurker, increases chance to hit by 15% with Overwatch, which is part of the reason I like to make these guys archers, is they can usually hit their Overwatches pretty well. And then these guys have Crazed. Oh, okay, so they do have immunity to all alone, fear, and terror. Okay, great. That's actually not bad. Now, their weapon skill is not high enough, but then these guys cannot master abilities because they're henchmen, so it's not the biggest issue, but we can get them put in heavy armor. You can get these guys really powerful with these two-handed weapons for sure, and they can crit pretty substantially too, but I tend to follow the strategy of put these guys in heavy armor and shields because I like to have them turn into tanky boys so they can survive and playing it safe, but definitely damage builds are very viable. Get some helmets, buy a shield for when we're ready. I guess I should buy a staff in case I have some spellcasters. And the question always is it better to do dual wielding, I should say, versus two-handed weapons? And I'm never really sure early on in the game. But we'll give these guys that. You can get rid of this, so you will be a dual wielder. But maybe what I should do is just buy some of these in case I need them. Because the question would be, can you use two-handed weapons or not? So you've got 22 to 37. Yeah, see, that great sword's way better. And then you have a great axe already, right? Yeah, so the great axe does armor, bypasses armor absorption. Whereas the great sword does what? Savage. Critical hit chance, yeah. Alright. Okay, I guess let's get you the helmet. To try to give you some stun resistance, and then give you just the amulet. And you do have the ability to use two-handed weapons, so we'll do that. And then, well, I guess the question would be, do I do that, or because you have exactly 5, maybe I just give you two-handed weapons here to really just kind of push that. And I'm not going to be casting any spells early on. Oh, you do have a spell. Let's see, Weapon of Destruction. Melee attacks bypass 10% of the armor absorption and damage is increased. It only lasts for 1 turn though. So if you hit it, substantially increases it. Unfortunately, it looks like it only sticks around for 1 turn even once it's mastered, but that's not a terrible ability. But I think let's do kind of two-handed builds here to just do massive killing early on, because typically the first couple of missions are all about pretty much everybody's going to be squishy, so whoever gets the kills first is the most important thing here. There we go, found some warpstone.
Believing yourself alone in what was a residential district, you spread your warband to ransack the nearby houses. Just as your warriors are starting to explore the buildings, however, an enemy warband arrives, ready to attack your dispersed forces. A new round has started.
Alright, looking around the map here, looks like we got stuff all over the place. We're going to be fighting undead. That can be a problem for us, because our guys do not exactly have a lot of leadership early on. So the vampires may be a problem unless we attack them with the demon souls or dark souls or whatever they were called. It looks like I'm going to have to split our guys up here. Now the one downside about having these two-handed weapons like this is I can't really charge anybody. Oh, I already found somebody. Because I only have one attack. Oh my god. This is going to be a rough start. And of course I can't get out of here. Okay, here we go. Are you shitting me? Can I jump out here? No. Oh my god, all these guys are in this building that I can't get out of. Well, this might be the shortest campaign ever if I end up losing my guys on the very first match here. Is there really not an way to get out of here? I could jump over here. But this is the same spot that I just came out of. I could jump up. I don't know what that's going to gain me. Yeah, everything is totally sealed on the way I want to go. I've got 3 guys in here. This is screwed up, man. Well, try to get some equipment, I guess. Don't exactly have anything at this point in time anyways. Alright, so you at least are over here, so please hit your attacks. Oh, you lost your offensive points because of the terror. Shit. So I almost need to jump down and then jump up. I still can't believe there's not another way to get out of here. Let's try to jump up and see if I can find a place to get around here. Here we go. Yep. Okay, this will get us there. So hopefully our Magister will survive. I suppose I can always just hire a replacement guy too if I end up suffering critical injuries.
A new round has started.
Alright, good. Why didn't he get a second attack? He should have 5 action points. Damn it. Well, I guess we're just gonna run you around here to try to get some warpstone. Nice. Alright, he's down. You can now come over here. Fortunately, our guys are missing their attacks like nobody's business here. There's a zombie away on the other side, so I don't need to worry about him so much.
A new round has started.
The Dreg is over here somewhere. Alright, we got another zombie over here. Oh, he's already behind me. Now we got
Objective
2 stones
update.
here. let's just start trying to surround the ghoul here. And hopefully not get ourselves killed.
Objectives updated.
Don't exactly have a lot of inventory space here this early on.
Objectives updated.
Alright, so we gathered 4. We need to get to 9. Oh my gosh, you just can't get your points back. And I'm gonna get flanked by another zombie. Alright, so the dreg is over there. That's 4. That should be good for us. We got a 78% chance to hit here. But if I kill him, it's going to cause a mass
A new round
retreat.
has started.
So if I'm going to try to get those points, I got to let him move, I guess. Alright, you're over here. Can you reach anything? Of course it's got to be above me. Yep. It's above me there. Yep, sure as shit. Alright, well. Do I kill this guy? Maybe he'll have some warp stone. He does not. We've got a zombie down below there. We've got some warp stone down on the ground here. I need to move you around, because if that zombie charges you, you are gonna die. Can I charge? No, I can't because I have a two-handed weapon. Alright, you can get your fill here.
Objectives updated.
We only got 4 inventory spots though.
Objectives updated.
So I need one
Objectives
more to get
updated.
the decisive victory.
Objectives updated.
Can I do it? Guess it depends if he passes his morale check or not. Given how close I was to losing, I guess I just gotta be happy I survived. Hopefully this is not an indication of things to come.
The decadent trappings of order shall be cast down. The triumph of chaos is inevitable. The Shadow Lord will remember his loyal servants, and they will have a place in the coming darkness.
Alright. Surprisingly, I didn't suffer any injuries. But nor did I really have enough to level up with that poor performance.
A new shipment has been requested.
Alright, the formula is working out for us. We've now got a couple of different warpstone missions, so that's good. So I will come and do this one because it's got Everage stone.
Scouts have reported a rival warband in the vicinity. Before you can find them, a heavy fog settles over the ruins. Unable to pick up the enemy's trail, your warriors deploy from their wagon and spread out to sweep the area in search of your foe. A new round has started.
Alright, let's take a look. So we're up here. Pretty much we got to get to the center. I could jump here. No shortage of traps down here. I think I got spoiled with my Skaven campaign because I'm so used to them being able to move all over the place and cover these big distances. Whereas these Chaos boys just do not seem to be moving as far.
A new round has started.
Alright, we have to gather 9 wordstone here. Man, I am just hitting like every trap here.
Objectives updated. Objectives updated. Objectives updated.
Alright, so you are now maxed out with your inventory. We're fighting witch hunters. That seems very appropriate. Let's see. It looks like the stuff is to my left here. Ah, it's right below me. Of course, I just miss it. And it's down that alley. Got the knight over here. Oh my gosh.
A new round has started.
Now, unfortunately, this early on the game, when you're collecting these stones, you can get a lot of debuffs applied to your guys and make them really suck pretty bad. Can lower the chance to hit, their melee resistance, all sorts of different things. Cause their attacks to be more expensive. There's just a lot that can happen, unfortunately.
Objectives updated.
But we need to push it to be able to get our experience going so we get our guys stronger. Alright, that was weird. I don't know why he didn't do his ambush attack, so I'm guessing he's going to ambush me as soon as I get across the corner here. Looks like he has a spear. Oh my god. It increased the cost of everything, so now I can't even do anything to attack.
Updated.
And he almost killed the Magister.
Objectives updated.
As I said, I am just...
Objectives updated.
I much more prefer to have my hero be a tank. Alright, we got the warp stone here.
Objective completed.
Nice. Alright, looks like we've got a Fanatic or whatever they're called over here. Oh, a nice cluster. Let's get you over here. Alright, good hit. Get you to dodge. Perhaps
A new
only
round
having the
has
3
started.
attack, I should have him charge. Oh, shit. That is not good. Alright, well, that was reasonable. Unfortunately, our Magister has little sissy arms, unlike everybody else, so he barely does any damage. There you go. Yeah, look at that. Even the Brethren does more damage than he does. Run you over here. Thankfully, that gift of savagery is working out for us. Might as well just pick up those resources here. And it looks like there's some more stone over here. Alright, your inventory is now full. can't attack because you lost those points with you being stunned.
A new round has started.
Yeah, the reason I don't use range early on is usually they can't hit anything, and so you want to wait until you get your ballistic skill up higher, and then you can actually get the hits to work, because you have to not only fire, but then you have to spend your strategic points to reload your weapon, and you can definitely get yourself just in a real bad situation. So I'm gonna just delay. He's dead. There's a flail there. They still are 9 points above where they need to be to retreat. We see he's got his leader over there and another little fanatic. Or zealot, I can't remember what they're called. Flagellant. Let's see, he's down there. I guess we'll just keep you here. You're almost dead, so probably don't want to run you over there. Move you here in case somebody runs up the stairs. I doubt he's going to, though. Alright, good. I can't tell what they just did. Looks like they're both getting ready to come up. Oh, he's right around the corner. Yeah. Joking. Well, let's run you over here. Charge you. Of course you missed. Oh, that's the beefier boy over here. Let's just put you on ambush stance, I guess.
A new round has started.
Alright. Pretty reasonable. Almost got the kill. Alright, you're here. Unfortunately, I can't jump down because everything's all blocked up. I can't get over there because it's not connecting. Your backpack's full, so let's just run you around here. Now the question is do I engage him or do I go after the flashlight? I think I want to just go after this guy, because then I can start triggering all alone stuff against his hero. And if that were to happen, I could easily kill him. And therefore with you, we'll start stocking up on more stone. So I'll be ready when I need to start spending all my money for abilities.
A new round has started.
Alright, good. Dropped him. Just another dagger. That seems to be the weapon that everybody likes around here. Miss there. Alright, good hit. Question is he going to have any equipment yet? I don't think that's the case.
You have proven yourself worthy of the dark blessings of chaos. Each victory you render to the Shadow Lord brings you that much closer to your destiny.
Alright. So not a terrible start here.
Outstanding.
Got a decisive victory for one,
Very
and just a regular
dark
victory.
reward.
Okay, we got our
Remarkable.
first mutation.
Your warband is getting stronger.
Looks like we got some horns. I don't remember what that does, though. Alright, how do I see? Here we go, injuries and mutations. So 50% warpstone resistance, which is good. On damage received, increases melee and range resistance by 5%, and it's stackable for one turn. So that's actually not too bad. And then for this guy, I'd like to get his strength up to do more damage, but I think agility is the way to go, because that way I can get him dodging and increase his survivability. And then if I'm going to end up turning him into a spellcaster, I probably want to go with intelligence, although part of me thinks leadership. So what do I got for abilities here? Vision of Torment. So it can stun everything, allies and enemies around me, or inflict a debuff on their ranged and melee resistance or their parry and dodge chance. So that's like get yourself out of getting killed. Word of Pain is an area of effect around the caster, pure damage, and it bypasses armor, so that could be good. Curse of Chaos randomly selects 1 of 3 primary, so it's just a stat debuff. I don't think I'd ever get this one. Chains of Chaos increases the cost of attack, counterattack, charge, shoot, aim, overwatch, or ambush by 2 offensive points, so that could help us. Acid Breath, so this is just an AoE spray attack that does damage over 2 turns. Veil of Corruption reduces resistance when you gather warp zone. I'm not going to use that. Boon of Chaos, and that just buffs stats. So Word of Pain, I guess, would be kind of cool. Vision of Torment would be cool. I don't know. Chains, I guess, could potentially be okay. That's kind of like you get hit less if you start increasing the cost of this stuff. But I think potentially just running in there and just like nuking everybody could be kind of fun too. I mean, maybe I just go with leadership. That'll increase his ability to buff everybody else, pass his fear and terror checks, not get hit by the all alone, and then I can get the war cry. I think that's probably the best idea. And then quick reload, bullseye, all that stuff requires a lot of ballistic skill. So I don't think I'm anywhere near ready to do that. So I think we'll kind of do our standard, put stuff into agility, put points into ballistic skill, and then probably leadership. That way I can not freak out if I get engaged into melee. I think that's probably the best joints, because there's... And then I'll put points into intelligence afterwards to increase your stun resistance, because I can't think of any reason I really need to get the alertness up, because that does get you some range resistance, but I don't seem to be fighting a lot of range on here. And then I think we just do weapon skill, leadership. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then for your strength, we'll get you up to 12, so you can have max inventory spots and then do more damage. And then because you're resistant to all those negative stat stuff, I think we just focus on your intelligence instead to get the stun resistance up. Now for you, you could get 12 strength to get heavy armor mastery. You've got 16 agility, so you could be a dodger. You're not immune to debuffs, so we'll get you that, and you have 15 weapon skill, so I could potentially turn you into either a dodger or a parrier. So ideally I'd like to make them full tank, assuming I don't get any shitty mutations. But that actually kind of sucks now that I think about it, because I think the reason they're giving me such variability with those stat points for him is, you know, because if you get the mutation to the arm, then he's not going to be able to carry a shield, and he has to be a two-handed weapon guy. So I'm going to call it quits here for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.